Good afternoon, East Texas. Welcome to East Texas Now. I know you can see me in both cameras, but I'll get out of the shot very quickly. Right now, we are joined with a pretty amazing organization from right here in East Texas, Paws for a Cause, a fostering and adoption collective in a small town out in Brownsboro. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Working to kind of help ease that overpopulation problem that quite a few of our adoption centers are feeling right now. Now, I just want to go ahead and start off straight off the bat. What made you start wanting to help ease that problem of overcrowding in adoption centers across the country, quite frankly?
So really, we actually moved into Brownsboro, and within the first week of us being there, we had a multitude of dogs come to our property. The big issue was we kind of saw that there was just an underserved community. When people look at, kind of like if you see in the movies, you see people dump dogs out in the country. Brownsboro, Chandler area is that country. It's just right outside of Tyler. It's a little bit of length from Dallas and Terrell area. So that's the area that people always end up dumping dogs. So because every place is always so full, we're trying to make it to where it's not that issue. But yeah.
And this isn't necessarily, as we were talking about before the show began, this isn't necessarily a place for people to bring their dogs. That's not what y'all's goal is. Your goal is simply to help foster dogs. You're essentially the fostering collective is what I like to call you guys. You connect foster families with those dogs that can't be adopted right away.
Right. Well, and because, so Peaceful Paws was made just because it's, like I said, there's no room in the shelter. So we're trying to make room.
I love it. And you have a pretty amazing fair coming up, so that way you guys can hopefully at some point open your own shelter. Why don't you tell them about that?
All right, that would be on me.
It's your turn.
So April 13th from 1 to 6, come on down to Brownsboro City Park on Stewart Street in Brownsboro. It's off 31. We've got some fabulous vendors. We have a silent auction going.
There we go.
Yep. We have a face painter?
Yes.
Yes. Live music, face painter.
I'm gonna hold this up for camera. There we go. And I mean, it seems like an absolutely amazing event. I mean, it says on here permanent jewelry, custom tumblers, a dog bakery, dog photography. Who doesn't want a picture of their dog?
Right. We are going to have a photo booth there so that you can get some awesome pictures with you and your fur babies.
I love it. Now, what is the goal of this craft fair? I know that you're trying to raise money, but why don't you tell our viewers exactly what their money is going to be used for?
Right. So currently our first goal is building our first micro shelter in Brownsboro itself. The money for this craft fair is going directly to that and also spaying and neutering our animals.
So spaying and neutering, but these micro shelters are really the main goal.
Yes.
You guys were saying before the show you want micro shelters all across pretty much East Texas.
So Brownsboro is a great example of this. The town has a 1,200 population, but you can find 2-3 dogs in just about every household there. So our personal belief is that the towns in Henderson, a lot of them don't have the infrastructure to support a full-size shelter, but a micro shelter, as we like to call them, that has about 5 to 6 5x10 kennels that can house maybe 10 to 12 dogs. You have those in 3-4 parts of Henderson County. That's 40-50 dogs right there that the shelter doesn't have to worry about. So that's our ultimate goal.
And I mean, hearing about the overcrowding of adoption centers and shelters, pounds, whatever you want to call them, is a pretty relevant story, especially here in East Texas Now. We speak to Pets for People every single week, and they are always saying, we got another box of puppies dropped off because someone didn't spay and neuter. Can you go into just a little bit what the effect of people not spaying and neutering and the effect of people dumping their animals has on y'all's business and y'all's fostering collective, as we've been calling it?
Yeah, so essentially for every cat that you dump, right, in 18 months a cat can have 4 generations. Yeah, so dogs quite aren't as fast, but dogs, I want to say, I know for sure, they can have 1 to 2 litters a year. So if you're dumping a dog that's unspayed, unneutered, I mean, you're essentially creating 20 more dogs just out of 1. And so it really affects our fosters whenever, we get a dog that's in our community and our fosters are full. And every other house in that neighborhood has, like I was saying, 2, 3, 4 dogs already. So that's kind of why we really want to emphasize the importance of spaying and neutering your pets.
Absolutely. Now, is there anything else that I'm forgetting that you guys want to make sure that our viewers know, whether that be where to donate, how to help you guys out, anything of the sort as far as y'all's?
Yeah, so if you're interested in helping us out, our website is PeacefulPawsHC.org. There you can find our available pets, our foster applications, our adoption applications. Any information you want to know about our rescue is on our website or our Facebook, Peaceful Paws Rescue Inc.
I love it. Now tell us one more time, when is that craft fair that we can also go to help support?
That is April 13th from 1 to 6 in Brownsboro.
And don't forget, there's a silent auction. There's a lot of different prizes and a lot of different vendors, especially, I believe, small town vendors. Am I right?
Yeah.
So not only supporting you guys, but also supporting quite a few local businesses, small businesses right here.
Correct. And there's different businesses like the F and Texan or Loftus Heating and Air, things like those people. They help support us, and they help. We've had a lot of good, what would you call it? A lot of input from the community.
Lots of support.
Yes.
There we go.
Majority of people are very supportive.
I love it. Now, don't forget PeacefulPawsRescue.org, if I'm correct.
Peaceful Paws HC.
PeacefulPawsHC.org. I got the .org right.
Yes, you did. That's the important part.
Please support, donate, go out to the craft fair. It's an amazing organization. We'll be right back after this very short commercial break with you before you